Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. It's Sunday, so that means I need to do some prep for the wood heater. It's actually supposed to be like high 60s all this week, but I think also there's like a 30% chance of snow towards the end of the week, so you really never know what's going to happen. But on Fridays, I like to get kindling stuff prepared and get the rack loaded down with wood so my kids and my wife can get a fire going before I get home from work if they need to. And I just try to keep things ready for them to go. And it's pretty straightforward. When kindling, I do some feather sticks that we keep around, and then just some different size fuel stuff. So normally we do, we'll have something flat. So there's some other pieces of kindling that are really thin, and we'll lay that in the bottom next to the larger pieces of fuel, and then light a couple pieces of fat wood, and then we'll put the feather stick on top, and then smaller kindling just to get it going. It's pretty straightforward. It's really easy. Everything's seasoned, but for my feather sticks this time, we're going to do some Scandi curls. This is my Genesis. This is the first Genesis that I ever got from LT. It's been a wonderful one. Super awesome. It's very plain, no flashy stuff. Just natural canvas micarta, A2. Pretty straightforward. And this is a ferro rod from those guys that it originally was wider, and I try to make them small enough that when I put them in the sheath, they are no wider than the sheath. It's just a little more comfortable. But I'm just gonna do some curls. Puppy feet. What are you doing, big boy? You garden the yard? And this is, I'm pretty sure this is cottonwood. It's got the, I know y'all can't smell it, but cottonwood has this smell to it. And what it is at work, we get some 4x4s in that paper comes on from this one specific company, and they use hardwood and softwood material. They don't use any pine, which I think is super cool. So we end up using, I use a lot of that stuff to carve projects with and stuff, and just practice carving. And the hardwood stuff, it'll be oak and hickory, and it's just like a 3x3, 3.5 by 3.5, something like that. And I save them and bring them home. And I've got a bunch of the really hardwood stuff, like the oak, the straightest stuff, saved to do a trindle lathe with eventually down the line. That stuff's expensive if you try getting dimensional pieces of oak. It's got good grain in it and stuff. It's expensive. But I like to bring that stuff home just because it's easier to, I won't say upcycle, but to repurpose that stuff versus going out and felling a tree or getting a chainsaw out and going and doing that stuff. I still have to cut a lot. I don't get enough at work to entirely heat my home from that stuff, but for getting a fire started, I primarily use that stuff just because it's seasoned. I'm not sure if it's been kiln dried or not, because it doesn't have a stamp, but it burns really good, so we just use that stuff. And a lot of my little projects that I carve out of processed down pieces because it's super soft. If you go to like Hobby Lobby and get some basswood, it's pretty expensive. You can buy it by the piece from different places. I think you can even get like balsa wood at Hobby Lobby. That stuff's like styrofoam. Make fishing lures and stuff out of that. It's pretty cool. Butch, are you sad? There's one. They don't have to be super duper fancy. Just something that will catch. But I think it's good practice carving these things. I think personally, it's kind of peaceful. And most of the time, when I do these, I like to lock this hand straight and pull my material. But I got a tripod sitting in between my legs, so I'm having to do a little bit of both. Push and a pull. Butch, what's wrong, buddy? Why you get so sad? Did you sit on a stick? Oh, what do you get sad for? He's just chewing on his butt. Butcher, stop, that's gross. That's gross, bud. He's my big boy. He'll sit out here and make feather sticks with me, but you gotta watch him. If you leave your stuff sitting, he'll come back and some of it'll be gone. He doesn't have it chewed up. He appreciates a good stick as much as we do, so I can't blame him. But he's not allowed to have sticks inside. I just barely am allowed to have sticks inside, as long as I don't cut them up. I'll get in trouble, because I'm notorious for doing that too. There's another one. Pretty good size. They're decent to get the fire going with. We'll do one more. Then I got some stuff I need to take care of inside. As much as I'd like to sit out here and just make a bunch of feather sticks. Butcher, hey, that's nasty. That's nasty. People are gonna listen to this and think you're being gross. Excuse me for my dog doing dog stuff, but he is a dog. It's either me breathing too hard or my dog chomping on his butt or something. There's always some crazy sounds going on in my videos that I just can't help. Sorry. Sorry for the chaos that is Kelso's house. Sorry. It's so Scandy dude gets it done. I like maple is probably my favorite feather stick material, because I think it's soft enough that it cuts well, but it's hard enough so it gets a pretty tight curl on it, which I think is nice for the way they look. But they all burn the same way, pretty much, as long as they're dry. And then what you can do after you get all these cut, you can go back and put this knife up. Again, that's LT Wright Genesis. You can go back with the ones that fell out and just weave them into it. That way you're not wasting any material. But for the amount that we made, if this is all that we have that fell off, that's pretty good. And then we end up with some feather sticks. Alright guys, appreciate you. Got stuff I need to get done. It was a pleasure feather sticking with you guys. Until next time.